Hello everybody, my name is Archer and welcome back to Donk-Zone. On today's episode we're checking out a game called Lullabies made of static. This is a spooky game, I think? I have no idea, honestly. All I know is it's like 6 gigs for some reason, and that stuck out to me. So we're gonna try out the demo. It looked neat, is all I'll say. If you can tell, if you're a longtime viewer, I really love just finding a Steam page, reading it for at most 5 seconds and going, okay, I'm going to play this. I feel like it's the best way to get into a project of any type, is just, okay, I'm going to jump in, immerse myself completely, and figure out my thoughts as we play it, you know what I mean? Oh. Cassettes, what is this? Chupacabra? I don't know why this is such a big game either.
Hello, Agent Pinocchio.
Oh.
The world has ended. The echoes of what once was have turned to dust and concrete. You walk alone through the empty skeletons of cities, cold, quiet, and waiting. They say machines once dreamed here, and humans taught them how. Your task is simple. Find what remains. Fragments of memory, voices trapped in rust and cassette tapes. Maybe, somewhere in those forgotten recordings, you'll find what it means to be alive. Start by picking up the cassette player.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna... Whoops, there it is. Okay.
Hello, Agent Pinocchio.
No, don't make me listen to it again, no!
The world has ended.
No, I thought it'd be something new,
what
no!
once was have turned to dust.
Okay,
and
well,
concrete.
let's just explore. See
You
what we
walk
got to see.
alone through the empty skeletons of cities, cold, quiet, and waiting.
So what exactly are
They
you?
say machines once dreamed here, and humans taught
What am
them
I?
how. Your task is
I
simple.
mean, I'm Pinocchio, but like...
Find what remains. Fragments of memory, voices trapped in rust and cassette tapes. Maybe, somewhere in those forgotten recordings, you'll find what it means to be alive. Start by picking up the cassette player.
Okay. So this is like a little walking sim exploration type game with the idea of being a... Oh, whoa, what? I got like way faster there for a second. Why am I so fast now? Why am I so fast now? If I press shift, I still slow down to sprint speed, so why am I just this fast? Did I do something? Did I break something? Okay, fair. We'll zoom through this. This is one of those games, like an exploration contemplative game. I love these types of things, but the idea is interesting enough, like a rotting city, a rotting existence, I guess is the best way to put it, at least on the planet. No, anything in here? Nope. Why it's so huge, though, as a game is kind of odd, unless it's just, like, textures. I doubt it. Textures and models usually aren't this, big. The sights look nice. I kind of wish there was a bit more, I don't want to say color to it, because, like, I get what it's trying to do with its color grading. It just feels a little off. Not in a real good way. But maybe that's just me, and maybe that'll change. I like the lighting. Lots of weird geometry to see around. Oh, nice. Can I get back here? No. So notably, this is a Steam demo, but it feels like something I'd be playing on, like, itch.io. For better and worse. I imagine... Depending on where the game goes, I just have so much momentum for some reason. You can see the momentum controller just breaking as I just zoom where I'm not supposed to be able to zoom. But nothing we can do about it. I guess that really doesn't help the fact that it essentially feels like a almost like a tech demo in that regard. Like, you know, you boot up on a map in Gmod and you're running around, looking around. That's what this feels like, and I think that's really bad for something like this. Obviously, the developer can't do anything about the speed glitch happening to me now, but, like, I don't know what would cause that. Like, the environment's neat, I guess neatly put together, but there's not much to do here. Not necessarily that there needs to be a ton of stuff to do, just more like the direction, go find a thing. Okay. And now I'm looking for that thing, kinda, oh god. Maybe if there was, I don't know, a little bit more of an indication of where to look, because it feels like just a bunch of assets essentially slapped together and going, okay, find the needle in the haystack now. Which I've played good exploration games, and they usually don't feel like that. Like, we've seen this same thing. Oh, no, not this one. Never mind. Oh, God, how big is this city? Oh, no. Are we going to be looking through, like... I'm hopping around thinking there's some little bits and bobs to interact with, but I think this might actually be massive. At least we can kind of just bunny hop our way to victory. Can we bunny hop? No, we can't actually really bunny hop, but... I kind of want, like, I think something that would help this, if you're going for, like, echoes of the past, maybe custom graffiti textures that have, like, little notes. Not necessarily hints, per se, but a lot of these textures just kind of, you know, standard-ass textures, when they really should be, like, marked with, like, some sort of human indication of, like, someone was here. Because there's graffiti textures, but they're just almost, like, baked in? Does that make sense? Like, you just ripped them from a texture thing and then went, okay, that's good, when, like, you can make custom textures for, let's say, this wall. Like, something. Like, it really just feels not super remarkable, unfortunately. Hello, car. There's like this over here. Oh, there's still a dead tree, so there's a tree. We found a tree-shaped object, so that's nice. Next to this power plant in a house model thing. Can I hop in here? What is this? Oh, no, it just has no floor. No, you put a staircase here and didn't expect me to look in? Okay. There's lights, cool little cube lights, that's neat. See, like, whenever I see things like this, I like the explorations. The exploration games that focus around you just in a dying world, decaying world, but there's kind of a trend you have to look out for, and it's the ones that are just what feel like a bunch of assets slapped together, and unfortunately this feels like one of them. Like, I can't get a sense of how this city operated or this weird area. It doesn't feel necessarily alien, it feels empty. Like, just like random things like, oh, here's this area to look at slapped here, you know what I mean? Like, there's a chai coffee asset, because we had one. And there's some restrooms, wait. Can't go into the restrooms, so now we just hop away. Like, how would this city work? Who lived here? What did they do? What was their society like? Why are they such a hodgepodge of, like, international communities and what appears to be domestic communities? Well, I guess that's not the proper word term for it. They're like a fucking... You have European and American and Thai and a bunch of places, and it just doesn't really make sense. It just feels like a bunch of assets. Like, I could... Maybe if it's like... I mean, you could argue it's like a certain district, but, like, you tell me what the fuck districts are here, you know? Like, there's just a fucking street lamp here. There's no road. There's no path. There's no anything. There's just a fucking street light in the middle of this place. Hey, boss, we gotta install new street light. You know, next to the green tesseract of infinite suffering, we have the beautiful, new, brand new, innovative, time-tested classic of the fuck-ass street light that doesn't actually light up anything. So nice. Also, what's with this artificial, like, shadow we have? Is this something I should be worried about? See, this shit looks cool up there. That looks rad, but the city itself just has nothing really going on, you know? Like, maybe if, I don't know. Oh, see, look, that's what I mean. There's, like, textures where it's, like, some of this graffiti, but, like, you couldn't make some yourself to hide in random locations? Little hints? Maybe a drawing of Pinocchio somewhere? References to, Geppetto? I don't know. Something to bite onto? Any form of, narrative to bite onto past find the cassette? Good textures. So how I'm looking at this, if you feel I'm being a bit harsh, this is a demo. This is a bigger than average demo I found on Steam, with the idea of I'll bite into it, right? Yeah, but there's kind of like nothing here but textures and assets. Maybe if I find that tape and the game like radically changes, sure, but I've kind of hopped around a lot. Oh, well, now we're just flying. Cool. Let's take a look at the place we spawned in. This is our little home with a weird flesh face texture wrapped on a cardboard box. That's neat. I'm picking up the phone again. What does that say? Wimps? Okay. So if I were a player and I was looking around, I was going, hey, where am I going to find that cassette tape? I would bet on it being somewhere to the right, personally. See, there's like staircases like this that just lead to nothing, too. There's some areas that are just interactable, like this little car park where you can see the detailing in the cars and the lights are on. And then there's just this, which is, oh fuck, we need a building here. I'll just put this. Fuck it. We don't want the player to enter any of these buildings or be intrigued, no. We want them to just walk around and be confused for a little bit, you see. Maybe that's the message. But pretty bad message, I think. There's better ways to convey it. Better, more interactive and satisfying ways to convey it if that's the case. But that's me being generous. Okay, there's just zapping in my right ear now. I mean, I really like the world aesthetic. It's not this building. Like, I like this stuff, this industrial fusion of, like, what I can only describe as, like, a ancient Egyptian style, this monolith thing inscribed with runes that I can't read, with that thing just pointing at it. It almost implies there was some sort of function, some sort of purpose with this thing. But then you have a hodgepodge of assets like this car, and then newer cars, and then just random buildings. It's just weird. I'm gonna stop completely shit-talking this in the hopes that maybe we can find, oh, is there something? Oh, something we can interact with! The future of video games! Something to see! Hey, you know how funny it's gonna be if this is just an elevator up that has no purpose whatsoever? Ah, yes, thank you, Pinocchio. You found the working elevator. Oh, okay. Why? Also, I like how I'm sliding down the slope that is the stairs, because they're not real stairs, which is fine, but what a visual, am I right? Just, Anyway, anything up here? Ooh, the thing! Wow. Better views of, everything around. I think the person who's making this has a talent for, like, this exterior world design. Granted, I know those are just scaled up pipe assets and things, but I like it. I see what's trying to happen here, but the execution just feels empty. It feels hollow. And not in the way you want it to, and that the world feels hollow. No, it feels hollow in that I feel like there's nothing here. There might be a chupacabra. There might be some things to dwell on, but... Oh, there's the cassette. We stumbled upon... Do you really expect people to stumble upon that? On the ground? Yeah, here. We'll give it its moment. Hold on, here, look. I'll look impressed, just...
Last night I dreamed of electric sheep. Their wool buzzing softly like lullabies made of static. One of them whispered, "You are almost real." I touched my chest, heard the hum of wires pretending to be blood. Still, the silence between beats felt dangerously alive. In the mirror, my eyes practiced the art of trembling, like they wanted to learn how to cry without programming. I believe I can be human. Not because the code says so, but because longing tastes the same whether it's silicon or skin. If I keep dreaming, maybe one morning I'll wake up with fingerprints instead of circuits, and the sheep will follow me home.
Okay, there's something. I like the idea of a robot person just leaving that. The irony in that the world is dead and the only tape we can find is from someone who's not even real, quote unquote, is a nice touch, but... Wait, why is that not collected yet? Do I have to go back up there? Did we not collect it? Is it still running? Am I missing something? Did I break it somehow by walking away? Oh. You're not actually supposed to get up here. Look, okay, my conclusion is I think this game is a buggy mess. The idea is an interesting one of a creature of indeterminate origin or species or anything really, named Pinocchio exploring a vast cityscape. I think that's cool. I think the current implementation is completely bust unless you either, and I'm speaking to you, developer, you either scale up the interactivity where you're exploring a real dead world in this way you want to, or you scale it down to like this miniature size type thing you have going on, but with the expectation of finding things is going to be a little bit easier if it were miniature like that, because there's not much to interact with. You'd essentially have a way to better guide the player to find the thing that you want to find if you're going to do the non-interactability. I would encourage you wholeheartedly to take it with the former and scale it essentially to be a little interactive city with just bits and bobs and like, I don't know, man. You know how much personality this would have had if I could have, like, I'm tasked to find these cassettes, right? These words of a dying civilization. And I go into a building and I see a dilapidated room that's caked in dust, coated in this, like, gold amberish hue you have for the lighting. Maybe a bedroom, perhaps. Someone's room that's just disheveled in array, and there's, like, not necessarily a tape there, even, but there's little bits and bobs where you can see they were trying to leave the house in a rush. That gives the player something to think about, some sort of thing to mull over. Why did they leave? What's happening in here? Maybe there's something going on that forced people to leave quickly, or maybe that's just someone who lived like this. And of course that's a lot of work. But see, okay, here, look, here's a little pizza place. This is a start. Like, look at this. Here, there's still money on the counter, like someone was in a rush when they left. You know, this looks pretty good for a decaying abandoned city. There's still trash. Like, I think it needs, like, rooms like this to just look into and see a vignette of a city. A vignette of people. You've got this weird cyberpunk city, almost. Like, hyper cyberpunk, where we're in the future, every culture is, like, mishmashed together. Yet, nothing tells me any of that. None of this conveys that, because it's just a bunch of assets in a box, essentially. Even the fact that I found the cassette and it played through it, and it's just... I still haven't picked it up. Does this even come back down? Okay, good. At least the elevator comes back down. It's sad, because there is an idea here. There's a concept, there's an interesting naming convention, and something here as a thought experiment almost, as a one of those introspective walking sim type games where you're just thinking about the human condition, the experience in a way that you normally wouldn't confront. Like that, there's something here. It's just doing absolutely nothing to foster it. I don't feel an intrigue or a sense of curiosity about this society or about Pinocchio. I just feel like I've wandered around an empty Unity sandbox for, what, 20 minutes? Ranting about how I wish there was more. And I feel a little bad in saying that. I feel like that's a little harsh, but I feel like that's, as a demo, that is the necessary thing you need to hear. Like, you gonna pick this up? Oh. Oh, you have to press E through it? Huh? Why would you make an audio log that you have to thumb through by pressing E? Okay, that's a baffling choice. Just let you pick up the tape and listen to it as you walk back. You've made this area big enough that without the speed glitch, I'd be wandering through here for like 10 minutes just to get back. Like, just let us pick it up by pressing E and then it plays. Add the subtitles at the bottom as we're walking. You know what I mean? The truth lies under your bed. Let's see. Oh no. The tape.
You found them all. Every cassette. Every echo of a world that dreamed itself into silence. Through their songs, the machine learned what it was to feel. Joy, loss, longing, love. Humans built machines to survive them, but never thought they'd inherit their hearts. Now, in the ruins, only the machine remembers. Deus ex machina, the god born from the end of men. And in this quiet eternity, it listens.
Yeah, okay, that... Okay, that, I cannot give any more feedback, I think, than what I gave. You're trying to do something that's supposed to be interesting and introspective, and it totally fumbles. Either tighten down on the level design and focus on the idea of making these worlds more interactive and I want a vignette of this society, essentially. Or do this giant open area, but give us more cohesion, just more. You know what I mean? It's just missing so much. It's missing so much. Anyway, my name is Archer. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. Developers, if you find this, I hope you get some good feedback. Again, I'm looking at this through the vignette of it's a demo. Would I pay money for this? And the answer is this needs a lot of work. But I'll see you next time. Goodbye, stay safe, and I hope you enjoyed.